Well, the patch notes just came out yesterday, and roster mania has continued as well. Probably one of the more exciting times of the year to make ALGS videos because we have a lot of drama and a lot of updates to dive into at the same time. So firstly, let's talk about the Esports World Cup. You know, a big tournament is coming up this summer, and it has a lot to do with the ALGS from what I'm told. So it seems like based on your performance inside of ALGS, it could have had something to do with what was going to be going on at the Esports World Cup. And the weird thing about this is Jake Lucky had put out the Esports World Cup has now announced the 30 participating orgs featuring just about every top team. Now, the weird part about this is when I counted all 30 teams, I only found about 11 or so Apex Legends teams, and that was Cloud9, that was FaZe Clan, which we don't even know their roster right now, but we're assuming Snipedown, they have something to do with this, Fnatic and Furia. Of course, G2 is not a part of this anymore. Then you've also got NRG not a part of this anymore, but Navi is a part of this, Team Liquid is a part of this, TSM is a part of this, Virtus Pro is a part of this, Space Station Gaming is a part of this, 100 Thieves I've heard might be coming back, and then also I've heard a couple of these other organizations that might be getting involved, like Loud, it might be looking to get in as well. And then we've talked, Gaming Gladiators was another team that is obviously already inside of this, so I'm interested to see which teams might join in on this. So I don't know, but if you've got only 12 teams out of the 30 that I'm counting are Apex, either we're gonna have a really weird World Cup where the lobby's not full, or you might have some organizations stepping in, or maybe this isn't the full list. He said it was the full list of all the orgs participating, but maybe we should figure out what the heck's going on. Dark Zero not up here is a little concerning. I don't think this would be a real World Cup without probably the top 5, at least I would say top 2, possibly the best, but right now you can't say Reject Winity is not the best. I mean, they just recently won the latest LAN. So how would you not have Dark Zero at the World Cup? I mean, they're definitely one of the world's best teams. Now, 100 Thieves did come out to clarify kind of some things about this, and shout out to, I think it's Joao. I had to look it up on Portuguese of how to pronounce this, and apparently you do pronounce the J in this one, but I don't know. But anyways, shout out to him for tagging me in this over on Twitter. This was actually a Reddit post, and you had a lot of people discussing about this. 100 Thieves involved in the Saudi Esports World Cup. We see their logo here, what's going on, what their president came out to say, to shed some light on what's going on here in our involvement with the EWC and thinking around it. Number one, it is our ambition to re-enter more esport titles in the future. So that being CS2, Apex Legends, Fortnite, as well as new titles as well. But in order for us to do so, it is paramount for recruiting that we are participating in the most significant tournaments, and it's near impossible to convince the best players in the world to compete for us if they aren't able to participate in some of the most competitive and prize rewarding tournaments out there. Then they also followed up to say, we have been in ongoing talks with a lot of our competitors who all rationalize their commitment to the tournament, most of whom have participated in the years past as well when the tournament was named Gamers 8. They also said, we do not currently have any teams competing in the Esports World Cup this year. So very interested, obviously, to see how all of this plays out. But also got to make mention of the updates. If you guys have not seen it, the patch notes came out yesterday, and a lot of people, specifically pros, are talking about the new meta that we might be receiving. So firstly, I think Alter is going to be quite the legend, and honestly, unlike any other legend over the last couple of seasons, well, you could say Conduit really had a big impact as well, and honestly, Catalyst had a pretty big impact about 5 seasons or so, maybe 6 seasons or so ago. But I think that Alter is going to be one that also may look to shake the competitive meta up. She's insane. Like, she's got some crazy stuff to offer here, and if you haven't seen all of her ability stuff already, of course, you can go watch my main channel. But some of the bigger ones that I think that needed to be, mentioned here were definitely Newcastle, Bloodhound. Also, I don't know if this Bloodhound nerf is going to be enough. Beast of the Hunt cooldown increased to 4 minutes instead of 3 minutes, and then Nox with ult active no longer extend the duration. I just don't know. Bloodhound is still so good, but maybe with some of these new phase things where it actually highlights enemies inside of the void, maybe there's no reason for Bloodhound. I just don't know if that's going to be a good enough scan. I think Ash update is good. It's less frustrating, but I don't think it's going to be good enough to compete with Alter or anything. Ballistic as well, but I think the biggest one's Catalyst might be back. That new passive upgrade where basically she can well, it's actually not a passive upgrade, but it's an upgrade to her kit where it basically makes her passive better, where it fully rebuilds doors and reinforces missing doors with that passive. So it pulls them back to like a full-blown door rather than just a catalyst door. And then also some other changes as well, where the long veil moved to level 2. Dark veil length has been increased to 45 meters instead of 40 meters, and piercing spikes have been decreased cooldown to 20 seconds instead of 25. So I like this. I like Catalyst getting a buff. Seems like Catalyst might be back into it. Also, like we said, Newcastle is another legend that I wonder about. This is going to be a big change, where his Newcastle wall will now destroy incoming projectiles headed towards the front of the wall while energized, but it will not destroy projectiles fired from behind the wall, nor bombardments from other legends ultimate projectiles. Castle wall also energized duration has been increased to 1 minute instead of 30 seconds. So Newcastle getting some big changes. Also, crypto I think is pretty nice, but I don't know if it's going to be good enough on a competitive level. We'll see how it plays out. Honestly, it seems like we're going in the direction though where if you are good enough at whatever you want to do, you can do it. I mean, you see at the LAN, you had APAC North rocking a lot of shotguns. That's not something that North America does a lot. You had Designful running Wraith and Sentinel a lot. That's not something that most of the pros are doing, but you can tell that if you're good enough, you can make it work. So if you want to play crypto, then play crypto, man. You could probably make it work, and you don't have to be a meta crutch or whatever. But Zach had also came out to say his opinion on the matter with the new patch notes. He says, what are our thoughts here? I think that shotguns are screwed. Alter is good. Newcastle might be OP. Bloodhound nerfs, maybe not enough. But even one of the casters, Dia, had also said that Alter might be good for ranked, but not enough to be very meta in ALGS. So we'll see how it all plays. Of course, you can never make these predictions, but another thing we most certainly cannot make the predictions on are these roster changes. Take a look at what in the world is going on, and where do we even start? So Rambo had started saying, and just like that, Roster Mania has started. I was even getting tagged in it saying, like, get ready, J-Miles, get the videos ready, get the articles ready, it's time to go. And we were getting shocked with some big things that we were not expecting. Of course, yesterday we talked about Raven exploring his options, rumors about other stuff with the TSM roster, and we'll see exactly what happens there. But then you had some other breaking news. E8 coming out to say that their coach, Talmadge, is going to be looking for other options as well in Split 2. And I just find this crazy, unfortunately. Now, I get it. These guys are obviously building up their stock, and now they might be able to get paid a little bit more. Maybe they have a better opportunity that arises, whatever the case may be. 6th in North America Split 1, Qualdwood Finals with a brand new roster, but basically exploring their options. You had Zach come out to say, I anti-vouch because I still want to work with you, so don't offer him anything. Now, another big one was Nasky commenting on this, saying, Vouch, amazing coach, and I had the short honor of working with, and it wasn't just that. Nasky's getting involved in this as well. Nax comes out to say, looking for a new team in Split 2. Nasky's saying, nothing but love for you, bro. Everything is going to work out, and you were really great during LAN and the regular season as well. Amphi also echoing that. One of the best players that I've ever played with. I can't vouch any harder. Now, of course, I had made mention of this as well. I got some pretty funny tweets and comments coming from not only Nasky, but their coach as well, Don. So this will be interesting to see how this one plays out. Don had said, you wouldn't believe who we're importing from North America. Who in the world could 07 be looking at? Maybe an org is getting involved, and that's why they made a change. Maybe there's one specific person. Wait a second. Now that I'm thinking, is FaZe going to sign 07 and want to get sniped down involved with this roster? I don't know, but we'll see how. I don't think so. It wouldn't make that much sense, but maybe they just really want to org, and maybe it makes sense if you need money. I don't know, but like, that actually just came to me. I did not actually have that planned at all, but I'm interested to see where this goes. Koifel obviously is a big hot topic right now, but I feel like Koifel's kind of on a different level to an extent where I think he's going to get a better offer either where he's at with Legends Gaming if they decide to come to North America, or in the odd world I doubt he would ever go to APAC South, or maybe Koifel goes to a bigger organization that really wants to invest in him. He's a young guy, he's got a lot of talent, he's on the come up, he's been on the come up, he's proven himself even as a sub. Maybe an organization wants to really start heavily dumping and investing in him, so maybe that opens a door of opportunity. But really not sure what these Mystic tweets were coming. And of course, Nasky and Don are trolling more than any other person in the community, so this is probably not even true. They're probably getting some guy from APAC North or something to come over, but we'll see. Obviously, we'll keep you updated with what's going on. Scurry also came out with his own roster update, saying he was looking for a team for Pro League. And here was his explanations. He can play any and all roles, fragger, anchor, support, flex, whatever you need besides main IGL. I can play all characters. I care and put a lot of effort into mechanics, but if you're not satisfied, I can sit in R5 and Kovacs until I'm where you think I should be. I love this guy, man. He's really open about this. I will sit in a long VOD review sessions daily to catch up on how the teams play and correct any issues I may have. Depending on the team and offer, I can also switch to controller full-time if you think it would benefit us more for the team than wants to commit with me long-term. If you've been wondering what I've been doing since I've been LFT, I've been playing. I've been grinding R5. I've been watching scrims daily. My love for competing is still at a high. It's simple. I want to make every event I want to win, and I will outperform and outwork any other free agent out there. If you want to talk, ask questions, whatever. Vaxleonard also came out to say, check DMs. I can't imagine that Furia splits up. I mean, Furia only had a short time before LAN to prepare for this. Of course, yeah, they did play scrims with Vax, and there was already a little bit of a notion that his Watson was going to be stepping out, but they didn't get the full Pro League split. They didn't get the full time together. I feel like they just need to obviously give itself some more time, and I would imagine that this is got to be bait. Or either Vax has some kind of, idea for him, or maybe he knows someone that's also going to be LFT. Maybe he can, match those guys up. We'll see how that one goes, of course, as well. Then you had some other ones coming down the line here. Roy came back to say, I will come back again. Of course, is the guy coming from Dreamfire, and a lot of people love to watch Roy play. And I hate that he wasn't a part of this LAN as well, because he seems to be a fan favorite when it comes to LAN. But saying he will come back, hopefully we do see some more action from Roy pretty soon. Also, inside of the Challenger circuit scene, you've got Dom 2 cracked. You've got Stank as well. So both of these guys are looking for a team. Dom is going to be looking for one more with Future. So very interested to see how some of these Challenger circuit scenes, play out as well, because of course these are some of the guys that are making it into the Pro League nowadays. And it seems like we're getting a new generation of Apex players on the rise. Also, Rambo came out to say also with Native, they're still looking for one. And they said they were going to be doing a lot of trialing and stuff. And obviously they didn't want to submit any decision until after Split 1 playoff was over, because of course a lot of people make changes then. A lot of guys might get dropped, and they want to be able to pick up the pieces from those roster changes. But Lux and Rambo are looking for a new teammate for the next split of Pro League. So very interested to see how all of these roster changes play into effect in the next couple of weeks. Also had to mention Hodzic had posted proud father moment. Hodzic's been around the block for so long. I actually played with this guy years ago, back when I was on Love Gaming in the OG days, playing with Mercy Only, Phony, and all those guys. And basically Hodzic had said he's been coaching all three of these guys over the years. That's going to be Sykes. That's also Koifel, and also Guild. And of course, all three of those guys were able to make it into the top 3 or top 5 here for LAN. So very nice work from Hodzic, and hopefully these guys continue to do good. And as much as I love the newcomers and the new guys on the up and up, I also love to see some of the veterans stick around, and hopefully we don't see anybody retire too often. I know we've seen a couple already, but hopefully nothing too dramatic happens over the next couple of weeks, other than the fact that I would like it because of course the views go crazy. But let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comment section below. If you want to stay up to date with all things inside of the world of ALGS, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.